From New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
So yesterday you guys saw hashtag Nicki Day trending worldwide, and Nicki Minaj released 2 new singles, Chun-Li and Barbie Tinks, and she hopped on an interview with Zane Lowe on Beats One to promote them. Lil Wayne, Birdman both called in. She talked about, her new album. She didn't really give too much details, but we know that she's releasing a new album plus a documentary. So there was a lot of things she didn't really want to address in depth in the interview because she wanted to save them for the documentary. Okay. Although she did say that, quote, "This is the best album I've ever in my life ever created."
Yo, I've heard a lot of people that have heard the album, or I know a lot of people that have heard the album. I know people who have worked on the album, and I got to tell you, they are super confident. I think she's really found, like you can hear by these records, man, she found her sound, man, and I think she's confident in her abilities. I think these records sound incredible.
And during the interview, when they asked her about Meek, she didn't really...
Hold on, do it. Go ahead.
Oh.
What's the clip about?
Meek.
Nikki, it's me, Zane Lowe, and I just want to ask you about your relationship.
Why you make him the crocodile hunter, though?
That's how he sounds.
Your relationship with Meek. Hold on. Listen to me. Nicki Minaj, talk to me about Meek Mill and your relationship. Go ahead now, speak to me.
Oh God, it was one of the hardest parts of my career to date ever. Yeah, because at the time I did love both of them. I couldn't erase the love that I had for my team, but I also couldn't speak out. I couldn't really say much, and I felt so imprisoned in that moment. And when we later spoke about it, Drake said, I wasn't worried about anything in that entire situation other than, what if Nicki takes a shot at me, then what? Like, what if Nicki spits bars at me? He said throughout the whole beef, that's the only thing he was worried about because that would have been so hurtful and painful for both of us. And so it was difficult to stay out of it. I was behind the scenes, of course, wishing it never happened. Even prior to it happening, I tried to stop it from happening. Literally
By
said,
speaking to me.
Yeah, I said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. But I think as artists, we all look back on things that we shouldn't have done. That was one of those things that he shouldn't have done, and I told him before he did it. One thing I do know is that both Meek and Drake have moved on from that.
Yes, they have.
From the anger and all of this stuff, and we all have moved on.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, Nikki. Couldn't agree with you.
And then when
more.
they asked her about a Meek situation, she didn't really want to comment on it. I have a feeling she's going to talk about it more in the documentary, but she did say that she was brought to tears a couple of times, especially watching Meek's mother crying, and being in so much pain. But what she did address was the whole Motorsport controversy and talks about. Do you want to do it?
Talk to us, Nikki, about Motorsport, the situation with you and Bacardi B.
Even with the scheduling conflict, she's using my hairdresser now, so even he can attest to the fact. Yes. Tokyo, he knows that there really was a scheduling conflict, and it was because of him. He's the one that couldn't show up. And I texted him, I said, that if I don't show up the day she's shooting, they're gonna act like it's because I'm doing it to be mean. With the current Nicki hate train. And he wasn't able to come, he had something to do, and that's fine. So I had to shoot on another day. They all knew that. That really, really hurt me because I really fully supported her. And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I could just imagine how many girls wish they could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying it like the first thing out of your mouth when someone asks you about a Nicki Minaj feature is, she changed her version. Excuse me? It's because of the Nicki hate parade that she felt the comfortability to address me in that manner.
Now we check in live from the Nicki Minaj hate parade.
Wait, why you hit him with the circus sound?
Oh, parade is not a circus, you're right, that's different.
Wrong sound.
Wait, so they asked Nicki to change her verse. I read on the internet, I don't know if this is true, that Nicki, the line was in Motorsport was gonna be, if Cardi's the QB, I'm Vince Lombardi.
She says, I'm Nick Lombardi.
I'm Nick Lombardi.
Yeah.
Right, so she's sunning her.
She was sunning her, and then Cardi asked for that to be changed to her boyfriend, I'm sure. And her boyfriend's team was like, yeah, Nicki, we need this change.
And for the record, it may not have been Cardi who asked. It could have just been Offset and Migos who,
Facts.
Let's be honest, she's basically down with Migos. So Migos could have been like, no, we're not doing that.
And then when Nicki called Quavo and was like, yo, can you let everybody know what's really going on? And Quavo's response was, according to Nicki, I would let him know if you was my girl.
And by the way, Ebro, I understand that because guess what? The Migos' family and Offset and Cardi were at the time, were they engaged yet or just together? But either way, that's your family's girl.
Yeah, it's my brother's girl.
So it's like, I love you, we're friends, and if you were my girl, I'd get into a fight with my brother over it. But you're not my girl, you're just my friend, so I'm sorry. Like, I do
But
understand.
here's my question. That's why I got and gave Nicki a congratulations. You played yourself earlier. Knowing all of that, when Zayn hits you with the crocodile 100 questions.
Yes, Nicki, talk to me. The
Why?
name's Low, Zayn Low.
Why not? Because the most recent interview Cardi did with me, she took the high road. You already seeing the play, Cardi trying to move on. Like, nah, I respect Nicki. We had a face-to-face. It was a scheduling conflict. Phew.
That's it. Let's move on. Good night.
Why not do that?
That was my one issue too, Ebro. The songs are fire. Let the songs talk. The going in, and by the way, I've been guilty of this too, on a scale that no one cared about before. Like, oh, I'm not going to say anything about so-and-so. Then someone asks, and I'm like, well, let me tell you. And you just end up talking too much.
But that's because you're in your feelings.
In your feelings. And I live in my feelings, so believe me, I understand. But
And I don't really know. Now, explain to me the Nicki hate train thing, because I don't understand that.
Well, Ebro, I used to be
all
a
I know
conductor.
is, well, yeah. All I know is Nicki is super popping.
Yep.
Remy was waiting on them when she got out of jail for them to do something. That never transpired, and Remy blasted off.
Yes, it did never transpire. You're right.
Right? And then people pick sides. People picked Remy's side. People picked Nicki's side. Nicki chose to put out some records. They did okay. People didn't like the response. They gave Nicki the L. I don't really believe everybody wants to see Nicki completely fail, though. I don't believe that.
I don't think so either.
Have we heard that? Like...
But then where's this Nicki hate train?
Or maybe
What is
because
this?
for the first time in a long time, fans were split. There was a lot of Remy fans, now a lot of Cardi fans that are hating on Nicki Minaj. Maybe that's why she's saying that. Maybe that's what she's feeling.
Isn't it just social media? Because like when Remy started really popping, she probably started seeing all the tweets of people like, I love Remy, F Nicki, Nicki's over. And there's probably even some Cardi people like that. That's not real. The real hip-hop world did not want to replace Nicki with someone else. They just they enjoyed the whole thing.
And in where I'm at right now, as somebody who's on the radio playing music every day and talking ish, I love competition in music, and I don't mind people throwing shots at each other in lyrics and responding, going back and forth. Fam, to have hot music from Cardi, hot music from Nicki, and Remy, where you at, son? Let's go.
Let's go. I agree with that.
Like, why not have them all cracking at the same time?
I want to see all of them succeed.
I have a simple logistical question. Can you take the Nicki hate train to the Nicki hate parade?
Oh, God. I can't.